3, 2, 1, go, Del.
Hello. Okay, we
were continuing the show during the break. That's why I said just put the camera back on.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Time.
Let's just go quickly through the Canterbury results. Better not blue. What an absolute cut of a horse.
Well, it's a funny horse.
Yeah, it is a funny horse. But, did the Gord's best bet of the day, so I was very pleased to see it win.
He would have liked that Mounting Yard Mail came through as on time. He's a Mounting Yard Mailman.
He is.
Yes.
He loves it.
Yeah, but it didn't do everything it possibly couldn't have done to one.
Hasn't she improved as a rider?
It needs. It's a horse that needs a genuine pace, so it's sort of just got there.
If you get a chance to really watch the replay of that race at home, and I really like Sam. I like Sam Clippin a lot, but he's leading, and Jess moves up on the outside, and there's this. I don't know if it's after the race they show a replay of the race again, but it's a close-up shot of both their bodies' actions. Jess is stronger than Sam. She's got them right next to each other, and the body movement and the strength. She's a stronger rider than young Sam is. Not by a lot, but there's a good rider you can back.
Yeah, I like her. I like her a lot. And but the amazing thing was in those, they were obviously small fields, the first and the last, but they've taken 12 seconds to run the first 150 metres.
12 seconds?
12 seconds slower than the 1100s. So there were...
hang on, we're really lucky. It can't be 12 seconds.
Can't be 12 seconds for 150 metres.
Yeah, 12 seconds for 150 metres.
12 seconds slower for 150 metres?
28.9
Yeah.
versus 40.6 in the first.
But that's not
nearly
100.
12 seconds.
No, mate, we're all gone now. It's been a big week. What in fuck are you talking about?
200 metres is 12 seconds.
No, yeah, no, that's right. Normally you'll do 200 metres in 12 seconds.
Yeah.
But their first 150
metres
is they've taken 12 seconds to run. That's how slowly they've
but you
gone.
said 12 seconds slower.
No, well...
Yes. So what are you saying?
What are you saying?
We're really confused. They've taken 150 in 12 seconds.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, sweet. Not 12 seconds slower than the first race that took 150, because they've done it in 26 seconds or something. I was going, no, they don't even come out walking.
Anyway, those two 1,250 metre races, the first and the last, have been so slowly run.
So slowly. Okay.
So, I mean, you know, people are blowing up about Riker being taken on by high steam. No. Forget it.
No.
And Sanzio with the get off and blue polish
has had every chance to win the race and hasn't been capable.
Well, speaking of that, O'Shea did win with a shorter price favourite, Mortis Fort, just by having the run, really. I suppose that was the key play,
It was definitely the key play, because I know everybody connected to the stableback Sleek, the stablemate.
Did they?
I thought it was a better deal after the event.
Really?
Yeah. Filthy that the stablemate won. But
Right, they didn't look at the betting?
They didn't look at the race fitters. Oh, the betting on Sleek was solid late.
Yeah, but still, it was the longest price. Forget the country horse that came, but settled last.
Did a good job.
And got beaten 2.5 lengths. Sleek was the longest price of the other 6 runners.
Fair enough. But I know the inside little mail there. Right? I'm a card-carrying member of HNBC.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Jeez, they'll fucking want to. They want to close that leak pretty soon.
Anyway, there it is.
Christy Lee was well back. Despite Waller, can we just say gone forever, or is he gonna?
I tell you what we have to say about Christy Lee. If she gets back to a 15-horse race and she's 33-1, make sure you have 1,000 each way, because that's when she'll win.
Yeah.
At any other time,
you had a theory about that? About
she's a real mole, and there's just something about her.
What was Christy Lee's ace in race 1 and 2?
I agree with that comment after the race. What was her race?
I suppose the race.
She was always going to settle back.
Was she the wet tracker in the race? Was she? Is that what that was all about?
Oh, I think under
because Song and Laughter starting 7 to 4 must have been because it was the wet tracker in the race.
It was bizarre about that. I don't think I had any first 4 numbers, did I?
No. And she did parade a lot better than she normally does.
And went better than I thought.
Couldn't win given the configuration of the race.
No, there she was.
I mean, if she led, but Sapcat was there to lead her.
Better it was.
Is Christy Lee, but I mean, if you assess Christy Lee on what her best was, that was a good race for her. She had the blinkers on, all that sort of stuff. So, if she brought her best and she was back on...
Hang on. Slots and Christy Lee ran in the same race 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, but you asked the question. You asked the question why she was back, and I'm giving you a reason for it.
It was there, obvious as obvious. Slots started 16 to 1, Christy Lee started 25 to 1. Slots beat her home by 3 lengths. Yeah, well, it's not a huge difference, but it's
1%.
Yeah, but the evidence was there.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you should shot.
Slots, you know.
And then she flots beat at 3 lengths.
Yeah.
Well, the evidence was there.
No,
as we said in the
Why
show.
was she half the price of slots? I don't understand.
You're right. You're right. Why was she?
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, who knows? Well,
Exactly. Anyway, shadow affair for the country racing. Mounting up male nailing the country races, Glenn.
yeah, Manning up, mate. There it is.
And
I think I had the third one of the places too, didn't I? Number 6.
Line of Africa or Tony the Pony?
yeah, line
Line
of
of Yeah, I think I tipped
yeah.
King from Line of Africa.
And you could have probably almost said Tony the Pony.
Tony the Pony's like fifth pick. There
Probably
he
would have
was.
been next number, isn't it?
Tony the old pony.
Yeah, Tony the Pony. Good luck to him. And
You really want to buy a slow horse when you call it Tony the Pony, don't you?
yeah, that's sort of champions. And Wine Tails just avoided Barramilla, Glenn.
Yeah.
Running scared.
But I'll tell you one thing about Paul Little Barramilla, it cannot get past 1 yard past 1500.
Oh,
It didn't get the 1500 at the start before, and then it went to 1550.
yeah.
What was it? 345.
It was well, very, very well
Well,
back.
it was the Christy Lee equivalent.
Yeah.
And to make up the trifecta, how the hell was last witness 365?
What's going on
Three
there?
horse races.
How are we supposed to give up racing when these opportunities present themselves?
No.
I want to be a bus driver.
we need the racing to be on, firstly.
We need the racing to be on. We need the field size to grow, and it was nice seeing another booking on the rails in something.
M. Sullivan?
Yeah, just another button bet with it. To be honest.
Yeah, we've got to encourage that.
That encourage betting.
Even though it's taken 3 weeks for them to get him on because they couldn't be able to find us, they weren't able to find a slot.
Whereabouts?
On the rails.
Just get everyone to come to the race. Let's go. Anyone who wants to stand up.
Yeah.
I can say to you that configuration at Rose Hill's got so much room they can easily put him in there.
I agree with that.
No, they couldn't find
Well, they get rid of one of the 8 bars. They'll be able to put him in somewhere.
Yeah. Anyway. All right, 1 inch punch. We've got a few emails here today.
Oh, are you going to read all of 1 inch punches going?
First time rider, started watching the program at the start of the year, like Mark's Fetchin says, there's a bit of Trinity Newtown in the man. 2010 Melbourne Cup.
Hands here.
You're sweet.
10 discussion points. Please discuss, agree, disagree, wipe your bottom with it. Racing.com coverage with the inclusion of Shane Dye and Clint Hutchinson was fabulous. Kudos to all.
Never saw any of it.
Shane Dye, very entertaining. Probably inaccurate at times.
Yeah.
Yep. And Hutchie, he goes good, I think. Excellent.
Okay.
Yeah, Clint Hutchinson.
Who's Clint Hutchinson?
He was with the Hong Kong.
The Hong
crew.
Kong coverage, you know,
quite
you had Jenny Chapman, him,
Yeah.
and who was the other person?
Flindell?
Darren Flindell.
Well, Darren Flindell was in, yeah.
Daryl Flindell.
Daryl, yeah. So yeah, he's good. He's good.
I got to say,
Shane Dye's different.
Shane Dye is a very likeable character now that he's not a jockey.
I'm pro Dye.
I'm pro Dye.
Is that-
As a
is that-
rider,
is that-
anti Dye.
And what about Red Gloves? Where does he stand?
Oh, he'll be
Wow.
a TV personality for sure, won't we?
He really is torture, isn't he? Like waving to the crowd with a tear coming down his eyes. I mean, he just had to get a bucket and vomit, didn't he? But Jimmy, we know exactly who you are.
Ooh.
There it
Channel
is.
7.
Channel 7 coverage was pretty good. High shots are huge plus. Is Simon O'Donnell a genius or a complete myth? Not sure. Is the coverage becoming stale? There's only so much I can look at Rachel Finch before feeling sorry for myself. Channel
It's
7.
alright, that race. It's
Got to say about
I
Channel
dig a thin chick.
Channel 7's coverage, the fancy shots and all that sort of stuff, good for after the race. During the Melbourne Cup, you destroy that is just that's just awful.
But the only thing.
Yeah, what about the fact that they're turning somewhere over there,
Yeah,
like
yeah. The back of them.
and they're waiting for them to turn.
Yeah.
That being part of the race.
By the same token, a lot of people watch that coverage once a year.
That's right.
And
But
they like it.
okay, but then okay.
They don't know.
They might win a Logie for best sports coverage on that sort of stuff.
Yeah, but then again, they're not going to have, if Tony Lockett's kicking for goal, they're not going to have, they're going to have the camera directly behind him with the best shot that you can see it. They're not going to have the ground shot from over there, watching his feet come in, watching him strike the ball.
Yeah, but no, you're talking about a sport there.
Yeah,
This isn't a sport.
yeah. Well,
Remember, Badger said that we're not a sport. That's why we can bet in run.
Yeah,
yeah.
there we are. We are the sport.
Anyway,
Yeah.
But
7.
that's-
The helicopter shot's good.
the helicopter
at
shots are
one
great,
point.
are fantastic. But the fancy shots, it's a sporting event. It is a sporting event. Let's see what's happening because the Melbourne Cup experience is just ruined.
Yeah, it was unwatchable.
You can't. You've got no idea. You got no idea. The only horses you got an idea about are the ones in the sort of the 3 wide running lane. Apart from that, you've got no idea about where everything else is, what everything else. I didn't even know Prince of Penzance won the race. You got to work
No,
it.
but I mean, that's not. You never know.
Oh, you still normally have an idea if you can watch it in running. So.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. It just appears and you see this. Oh,
Stop it.
yeah. Chris Waller rose to superstar status if he wasn't there already. Cox Plate, Godolphin, Darley Classic wins, and not all $100.40 pops either.
No doubt about that, you know.
So obviously a freak. He's obviously a freak, and like, yeah, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, but
He's
you see,
freaking one, and in another way, he's ruining racing.
expecting Chris Waller to churn out those midweek and regulation Saturday wins, and not be able to
Put the polish on good horses.
to plot out those sorts of campaigns.
Yeah, but I suppose he's been going a long time now, and as your stable grows and your horse numbers get
Concentric
up,
circles.
he's got a lot of horses, but what about all the horses he must get rid of that aren't that good? So it means you
Yeah, but I suppose my expectation was that
Joe
he would be limited.
Yeah. And then
Right,
maybe stop
but
in
he-
Sydney and
you know.
win Sydney big races, but
Yeah.
then go to Melbourne. It's getting bigger and bigger all the time.
Yeah, he's a machine.
I'm
that won't be
impressed,
stopped.
I have to say.
It's concentric
he's
circles.
impressive. Like he's like anyone that can pay a parking fine's impressive to me. Though. Anyway, let's go.
Godolphin need to rethink impossible restructure of
Well,
their
you're gonna read
strategy
all
to win the
these
Melbourne
things,
Cup.
aren't
Their performances since 2010 have nothing been short of disgraceful. Run a Sky Hunter Cup was embarrassing. They keep sending over these inept 25 metres. The take-out spots in the race. So this multi-billion-dollar horse business to continue to fail is ordinary. I'm totally over the same interview each year with Paseo Binsura saying we want to win the Melbourne Cup. We love this race. We send our best horses here. They're making a mockery, and the top 10 prize winning set up is promoting mediocrity. Scrap it.
Agree.
So far, he's the old 1-inch punch.
He's
Goes
punching
all
well.
right. He punches above his
Godolphin, although still in its infancy under Rick O'Shea, has again failed to land a grand final win. Their preparations of their autumn wait for age big guns into the spring was just mind-blowingly bad, and their messy handling of excesses Melbourne Prep smelled of fear and complacency. But given point 4, perhaps Rick's is a hero in their minds. When you're in charge of an empire, you expect Group 1 victories. Where were they, Rick? Can we blame the Dazzler?
We can never blame the Dazzler.
Fucking way can we blame the
That's the first
Dazzler?
thing you've gone wrong. But
Disagree.
I agree with everything else. But we can't blame the Dazzler. He's a champion.
Apart from the obvious jocks who really dominated the Tater, Spring Carnival, E.G. Bowman, Oliver Zara, McDonald, there were many jocks who failed to get even warm. Is Blake Shin still with us?
Yeah, what happened to Blake?
I don't know what happened to Blake. He probably didn't have the stock this year. I know
Had the wrong rides, you mean?
He got a 2-week thing, so that's sensational. He'll be with Rubber Roble straight to Hawaii or something, swimming, plotting their next. I want to be all over Shinny when he's back in Sydney after 2 weeks.
Mick Goody failed to perform with his pride and joy, and like any job should be handed an official warning.
I think more than a warning.
Absolutely.
Warning, but unless there's someone better to replace him, you just don't sack someone off that.
No, well,
Oh, just quickly butting in because I don't want to forget about it. I was doing the tapes again this morning. Have a look at Christian Reith. He wins on that country horse.
yep.
Oh yeah.
And there's a close up. I don't know. He sort of as he comes. Did you see it?
Oh, I'll see you going to talk about the interview afterwards.
No. He comes to about the 25 metre mark and he puts his hands up to do like a Huey. The camera's really close, and I'm pro the pig. He goes. Trying to work out what he did. Whether he blew his nose.
I think I know what it was because
What did he do?
the post-race interview he did something funny, like he went like that. He pretended he was dusting mud off his nose, but he's growing a Movember thing.
Ah, so
Well,
he's
he-
fiddly.
He's trying to do the maybe the.
Coil them up. Okay. I thought he went for the pick at the winning post. I was highly impressed. Cleaning house. So check it out on the video and see if
So
what-
Huey does the she's
on the winning
apple
post.
Yeah.
and Christian goes to the pick. That's his new
I don't
tag.
know, like
Pretty
Big
sure he
Paul
did the
Cradle
beats.
or
There's no
something.
doubt, you do pay a lot of attention. You know what? I don't even watch the run to the line. If I've already seen the race, I watch the 600 and then I just move on to the next race.
Oh, you're missing out on the pick. I thought it was a pick.
Mm.
Hey, check it out. Check it out online. See if you can tell if it's a pick or if it was.
A poke? Seinfeld? No pick?
Was it on the outside or was there incidental? What's that word he says? Penetration.
Yeah, that's right. There was no penetration.
Oh, it was funny to watch.
Around the rim.
I liked it. Now, I finally warmed to Chris after it.
Oh dear, Michelle Payne was the Stephen Bradbury story of the carnival. Controversial, no doubt, just my opinion. If she doesn't draw a gate one, she doesn't win. The race was won by her through the incompetence of others. She took Frankie's spot at the 800 metres. That's why he knocked 11 horses over in the anger and frustration that he made the wrong call. This could be a big story for non-racing people, but for racing people it smells as bad as the more joyous beat-up affair. Sunday night with Melissa Doyle, wow, geez, I sound like a narc here just quietly, but yeah, I mean, I think,
We agree.
yeah, that's right.
So,
It sure deserves a
did
moment in the sun because
you-
he did everything right.
Did you write this email, Thomas?
No, I didn't.
Are you the secret 1-inch puncher?
No, I'm not. I've made my views very clear under my own name.
I think, yeah.
All right, keep going. Number 9.
With the 100k Derby Day Top Better tournament, just a question, but how seriously did the pro punters take it? I mean, they've got serious money to invest in themselves on such a big day. Do they really give a damn about representing their team? How much time would be allocated to this by them? The midweek interview with Fletch was bordering on embarrassing. He didn't know who was in it and what was happening. He seemed more interested in imagining Aaron's movement side.
Maybe some education for Fletch before he goes on camera.
Oh, Fletch, that's Fletch.
That's Fletch.
That's Fletch. Fletch has made a zillion by being that way.
We did explain. Fletch has been in heaps of tournaments, and we explained it to him. It's just the way he rolls.
Well, he's saying all the pros take it seriously. Yet one of the pros won for their team.
Yeah, that's right.
What did you want us all to do? Dead heat?
Yeah.
Like, I think
Kingsley's won it.
We took it seriously enough for people to invest $110 and have a bit of a lick because they couldn't have a lick at $1,100.
Yeah,
I was in the tournament. I had 10 people in my team, and there was nothing in it for me. But I tried my guts out. I wanted to see us do something, but we didn't.
Yeah. Look, I think
there's a bit of ego in it.
Yeah, everyone's in it for the glory.
Yeah, I'd like to have won because it would have been a funny story. Me winning 60,000
and
for
not
other
having
people and not getting 1 cent of it.
Exactly.
And you just go, voila.
Yeah, exactly. I was just surprised it was skipped how badly all the pro punters performed. Rob Waterhouse won.
1-1.
Yeah. I mean, Fletch, the great Fletch, said had 6,000 access fee, as did Rob. Well, I know that was one of the betting strategies that they got wrong. He's speaking to Pete Lawrence, who was doing Rob's betting and communication with Rob. He said, I made a mistake because I was there. I'd had all my bets on. Sort of wanted to have a play, sort of shouldn't have thought, I can just pick up a little bit up on the
one of his coaches got that wrong. He said how bad all the players. 1-1. Like that's
the man who took 25 innings in a row in his 20. Is this truly the great punter you've led us to believe? Well, he's a fucking zillionaire from being on the punter, being a punt. So yes, he is.
The beauty about the Top Better tournament is no one knows the right strategy.
No.
Blokes are still lumping in an Exosphere pros because they think that's the right strategy.
Yeah.
And then after the race, they're like,
why did I do that?
why did I do that?
Yeah.
It's
I can assure you from speaking to them all, they all take it serious enough.
Yeah, I took it really serious.
Yeah. Kingsley and
yeah.
Oh, well, Kingsley's been for himself, but
I think everyone takes it pretty serious. So.
It's hard for.
I mean, what do you want us to do? We can also not have that idea, and then the smaller investor for the $100, he can't have a go at it. So.
You can play first.
It's like everything in punting. We're all trying to work. Go play poker. And try and find one person that plays the same as another. It's all, and that's it's like that. There's a right way or a wrong way.
Yeah.
Everything's hard.
So anyway, 1 inch punch. He said the last point was, it's all shit. Ignore this. I lost and can't. They can't have a clue. Sorry to waste your time.
Great to
8 out of 9 was good.
He did really well.
That's all right. That's all right. Hi guys, discovered the show over a week ago and I'm completely hooked. I'm wondering where the fuck you guys been all my life.
I've been doing 5 years.
Yeah, we've been here. Glenn, it is great to see that there are other people in the world that are as sick and as degenerate as myself.
Nearly 6 years, isn't it?
I don't fucking know. It's like
you started the end of 2009?
Palacio de Crystal's Villiers win. Yeah. Well, that means we've got a birthday coming up.
Kiwi.
Says to I. I'm a Kiwi and I'm about to throw my toys out of the cot with New Zealand racing in New Zealand Tad. They have become so weak and pathetic it makes for tough work on the punt and just want to tap out. Just a quick question, can New Zealanders sign up and compete in these Top Better tournaments? Keep up the great work guys, I'm looking forward to getting involved and purchasing some of your sets on a weekly basis.
Well, I suppose the Top Better side is evolving all the time and I'm sure you can, but if you can't, what's the story?
No, you can't. Just because of the international stuff, email sales at topbetter.com.au and the blokes in the office will sign you on.
Yeah, there's a lot of international jurisdictions.
And I ring people in Top Better all the time for a few things. Phone it gets picked up in the third call and there's someone there to talk to you and they'll help you.
Yeah.
So it's not like you've got to press this number, do this, stand on your fucking head.
Yeah.
It's a good side to be involved with, except you've got to get the... Can you tell them in there about the Mr. and Mrs.?
Yeah, I raised that actually.
Yeah. The thing was you tried to join up the other day, there's no miss.
Just Mr. or Mrs.
Mr. or Mrs. So she didn't join. Yeah. Fuck you cunts. Yeah. We're trying to get women up to 25 in the game.
Yes.
Betting.
Yes, so
that younger woman, that younger professional woman, she might want to have a bet. And the last thing she wants to do is get married.
So you fill out a form and they're asking you to pick an honorific or a...
click that box to say what you are and you can't go any further. Well, what if you're not neither? Dan. There it is.
What's Tiki do?
Dan, yeah.
You've got
Anyway, the Top Better is just developing all the time. Yeah, eventually there'll be a box.
We'll get the right genders.
There'll be a box for every other gender too. I don't want to say too much, Nicole gets too mad with me team.
Hangover, the Melbourne Cup Hangover tweet theme, a few ones, Matt. Dan said absolutely fed up watching bench butchers by questionable guys, players, tracks and whatever else. Over it.
Dan, I reckon a lot of people are hashtag over it sometimes, and I understand your frustration.
Josh, everyone will pat themselves on the back with Carnival through crowds and crowds and track buys too. Issues that need to be addressed. What were the crowd figures, Matt? Were they down a bit?
They're only down 10,000 out of about 360,000. So not.
Yeah. I think a lot of that has come from Oaks Day, because there was a time that Oaks Day was getting up to the 100, and that I think is probably the fair and reasonable casualty in 2015 that people just can't take that Thursday off.
Only 10,000 less over the course of 4 days. Not a big deal.
And yeah,
in my opinion, anyway.
Flemington track. Geez, the Blue Jackets can get beat this week. Was Ben's point.
If we get to beat this month, basically since the Epsom day, where all their high-profile horses won, the 2-year-old and Complacent,
Magic Hurricane.
Well, I had that massive day. Yeah, the day tennis player won 473 million there that day.
Yeah. So since that day,
No,
Sorry, this morning.
no good. There it is. Yeah, since that day it's been no good. Well, we're going to have to keep an eye on it, because it will turn around, but we're going to let you know when.
David said Flemington track ruined the show for all except the once-a-year punter,
Agree with that comment?
and I think the turnover. I think the general turnover was quite fine.
There it is.
I think so.
And then surfing punter, missing O'Shea. O'Shea,
Yep.
Waterhouse, like Mrs. Waterhouse. MIA.
But just generally too. Just not.
Yeah.
Moody wasn't involved, yeah. Huey was a bit missing the early one.
During Cup week he was.
But Moody's garnished it like he's training for nothing. Is that the story? What's happened to those Cobalt
I can't
guys?
remember.
Just suspended.
Weren't they?
Oh, well, their
didn't
prize
they have
money
their-
withheld or something?
Yes.
I think.
Group
Yeah.
races or something.
I think something like that.
Right. So I see.
And Moody's shutting down Sydney.
Right.
Yeah, so
Tipping Moody's
Did Jack
particularly
Cunningham
moody.
get picked up by someone?
I'm not sure. What,
She was on TV. She was on. She's looking nice these days. What's going on there?
Abdullah, but say Abdullah
She's very
movement.
nice. Good on her.
Abdullah going missing. Brendan's really never been a factor in the carnival previously though, so he should be, but
Not getting the right rides yet.
no. He
But,
did have a really good Derby Day book, but it's
Oh yeah, well he came to Sydney for one of the big
he was
days,
in Sydney in
didn't
two of the big days.
Yeah.
He was in Sydney on Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday and
Didn't
Royal Crawford Cup Day too. Or Cox Plate Day maybe. If Team Wallow had sent another 12 down the highway, they could have had 10 wins, no doubt.
he? Very good.
The Jimmy Cassidy farewell, Glenn. Some media commentators said he was riding as well as ever.
Oh.
Why go? Don't go, Jimmy. Stay around. You're going as well as ever.
He said a few Jimmy said a few people have told me I'm riding as well as ever, but I said to them, now's the time.
See you later, Jimmy.
Glenn, comment on that. Do you want to just give him the figure back after the famous figure he gave you?
No. Just go. I don't know.
Well, what about if Jimmy
Cover
came on the
cover-
show?
cover yourself in
Would you like
mine.
Jimmy on the show?
Oh, it's fine. Yeah,
He's at least entertaining, and at least he left us with something too. The way out wide to the
He
outside.
could come on the show. Remember, he was just in the process of advertising
My-
his goggles.
Yeah, he
right.
did. We've had him on the show. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Don't wear too.
Friend,
Don't
friend
wear.
of the show.
Yeah, come on. I just don't want him to wear too colourful of clothing and stand in the garden. Someone will pinch him. I don't know. It's out there like a red shirt and green pants. Someone long, because those gnomes all get long arms,
Oh, they do. Yeah.
Well,
I
he'll
had
get
a
pinched
I
by
had a mate who had to go to court over the theft of a gnome.
So he'll be.
He was blind and put it in a shopping trolley.
I had
And he-
a friend who was pissing in the park one night, and the coppers arrested him,
Yeah.
and they charged him with public masturbation, which is ridiculous. But when it went to court, so you've been charged with public masturbation, and 45 people broke into hysterics. He stood there, everyone's laughing. He goes, "I was having a piss."
Sure you were, mate.
That's pretty funny.
TQ.
Oh,
I'm
dear.
sorry I haven't ridden for 2 weeks, underlined, bolded, but I've been punting so badly lately I've had to scrape together the 40 cents to send this email. That's what they cost me.
Are they only 40 cents now?
Emails, yeah. And I have just...
They're cheaper than the regular post.
I just haven't had anything topical to write about besides. 1, race meetings called off when it gets cloudy, yes.
Yeah,
we
we
cover
talked
that. Small race fields in New
Yeah, we
South
talked
Wales,
about
yes. Trots and greyhound meetings clashing with race meetings in the same country
They're
town.
very annoying.
Yep.
Ballarat Grey, Ballarat Dawson.
7 metropolitan races instead of 8 on a Wednesday. Yep. Peter Volandis. Yep.
Yep.
Inflated prize money. Yep.
Yep.
Filthy breeders.
Yep.
Race starts not being on even 5-minute times.
Oh, she doesn't like the 12:38s. and
Yeah, I'm with you.
No, yep.
We've sort of got used to it a bit though. haven't we?
I've got to be used to it.
No, I think that the scene stinks.
In England, it's like the 11:20, the 1:20.
They call the races by their
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
What are you tipping in the 1:40?
Yeah. The state of my punting funds lately.
Yeah, we're not about that.
Money being poured into city prize money instead of funding the grassroots country clubs.
Yeah.
The atrocious waits of 7 minutes of
Why
video.
did you just go from 8 to 10 to 9 then?
Because I got dyslexic, Glenn. That atrocious waste of 7 minutes video you and Matt did prior to the recent tournament. That's at you, Glenn.
That seems mean.
That's a bit direct, isn't it?
That's a bit direct.
Teeny?
Yeah.
Well, what was atrocious about it? We were trying to build a tournament and we did a good job, I thought.
She thought you performed shit house, I'd say.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Your use of the word tranny is a put down. I know you were trying to say in your what you were trying to say in your excuse, but it really doesn't wash with me. I know you're an ally, but you just don't quite get it. But that's okay. I'll educate you someday.
Welcome to education, Nicole. But it's just in the heterosexual world, trannies are quite funny. I mean, it is fun.
I'll just let you dig the hole.
No, I'm not digging a hole. But the whole thing of homosexuality and different type of lifestyles is of interest. I'm sure the puffs will get together and go, look at those dirty, filthy heteros. I mean, you know, like, I was watching a show last night.
Isn't it just a means of dealing with it? It's like we use
Whatever
humour.
happened? Sorry.
Use humour to sort of like to deal with something we're just a little bit.
As I said earlier, every part of life's
There it is.
everyone's got something against everyone.
They're on the money.
Ian said,
can't beat it.
just remember they are horses ridden by dwarfs. No matter what Vince says, you cannot predict how most races are run off just data.
Can I just stop there?
Yes.
Now, if Teeny heard us talking about what Ian said, that they're just horses ridden by dwarves, would she be upset that we call small people dwarves? Well, we don't really mean they're dwarves.
No.
They're just awful little fucking people. We don't like it. But it's all commentary.
It'd be better if we met dwarfs.
Probably.
It was a build-up, this is obviously in reference to the Cup, it was built up to be one of the best fields ever, and it was still run as slowly as you say. That's life, and races will be run fast and slow in the future, and without a V8 motor inside with gears, it will always be the same. Give me marks of Glenn's assessments any day compared to Vince's figures. If it's so easy with data, Vince, you and me should be millionaires, but sadly we are not. Sorry, I'm not. Regards, Ian. Like it, hey?
I think Vince is going alright.
Yeah, Vince is going okay.
Is he biteable?
Hey?
Is he biteable?
Oh, I'll give you a call. So there you go. I don't. Hey,
So there we go.
put it this way.
You got something out of today's show?
Put it this way. Whether you're successful or not, I don't know.
It's the odds to your breath.
Yeah, exactly right.
Imagine being 22 years of age, and Hollywood George comes up to you in the betting ring to talk to you directly, and he said, son, it's always the odds to your...
Yeah. Yeah.
Odds to your breath.
Yeah.
And he breathed on me.
Yeah. There it is.
There it was.
Yeah.
In Hollywood.
Yeah. Well, nothing is absolute.
Great
It
memories,
does,
aren't they?
does help. Some of it's right. Some of it's wrong.
From Dean, this might be from Hollywood George's Sunday.
It seems Vince's speed profiles are rightly seen as a benchmark in the industry. In recent podcasts I've listened to, every pro punter, bookie, analyst and jockey interviewed has made mention of the speed profiles. Is it possible they played a factor in the Cup with so many hoops unwilling to put their horses into the race, causing the farcical space? Could the speed profiles have played a role in the tactics, and if so, what impact going forward? Well, like everything.
Well, wasn't it just the fact that the horses got in formation surprisingly quickly?
Yeah.
And
No
once you
one
get in
wanted to move.
formation, like you need horses out of formation to stir things up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do for sure.
But
you need something to happen different to what everyone thinks for the...
yeah, and if you're there and comfortable and you're trucking
And
well,
are you scared to make a move and like take off at the
Yeah.
1200?
make an idiot of
For
yourself.
sure.
Yeah,
And
that's
the
right.
new jockeys are.
Yeah.
We don't have the Jimmy Cassidys that are happy to have the confidence to whip around the field.
Well, I'd
Well,
draw.
Because if you
Have
whip
the
around the
fuck you.
field
Yeah.
and then finish 6 and
Yeah.
you no prize money, and you come back and the owners are just looking at you,
Yeah.
dreams ruined, dresses not paid for.
Yeah, well, I think calling race speed profiles, that's probably been a little bit, well, I'd like to think it is, but it's not quite. But if you go back to speed maps, and jockeys, ever since the speed map, have always been comfortable to be able to, if they're supposed to be 3 out, 1 back, if they're 3 out, 1 back, well, that makes it a good ride. Even though the fact that the pace might be too slow and they're against it and whatever, but if they can come back and say, yeah, I was where I was supposed to.
in the perfect
I was
spot.
where I was
Where
supposed
you
to.
asked
Well
me.
done. Good work. Done. You did your job. Thanks, mate. Yeah, we were there. So I think speed mapping, which race speed profiling is taking it to another
I wonder
level.
if this happened in Europe like 50 or 30 years ago, and that's why they brought in, you can have
Pacemakers and that. Yeah, I don't know.
We're sick of these
I don't
races
know, but-
being...
It's just part of the
Evolution.
show, isn't it?
We're 5 years off having a jiggy joggy Doncaster.
Yeah. And we're going to be upset, are we?
I don't know. What do you do? We got third on the fence wins the Doncaster because it has the cutaway and the cutaway's the place to be.
Yeah,
Well, there are a few people sort of
bring
tip
back
to
the cutaway.
slowly run
Yeah.
Melbourne Cup, and that's all part of the. It's one of the hardest
part of the
races
thing.
of the race
But-
of the year to work out.
the thing is though, but fast races bring out. You find out who the best horse is.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's what the group
That's
racing
true,
is.
but racing isn't about finding who the best horse is.
It isn't it nice to
No,
come
it's
out?
a contest of with these variables.
Yeah,
It's not about working out who the best horse is.
No, but isn't it nice to see the Group 1 ultimate test be an ultimate test?
Well, then put in pacemakers.
No,
or,
I don't
you know,
agree
like,
with that either. But
put mobile starts or something. I don't know. What do you want to do?
starts. Mobile starts.
What about straight lanes?
Yeah, what
Mobile
about
starts.
lane racing?
2000, yeah, lane races. Down, you know in England they have those they have them.
What about a bunny?
They have those tracks.
Lens Pro.
They have those tracks like they're like 2,000 metres straight. They're
Yeah.
behind people's houses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just you only need 40 yards.
yeah.
Have them with lanes and ropes.
Yeah.
No interference. No girls will stop dying. Oh, that's probably still going on. Is that the end of part 2? We finished.
Yes, it is.